Okay, we've tied one rig up. We tied the D rig. I'm now going to show you how I tie up a Combi rig, which is basically a combination between ESP Ghost in my case and the ESP Sync Link. It's a mono stroke fluoro on one hand and a braid on the other. It just gives you a really good hinge. This part of the video I'm just going to tie the knot that connects the two together, and then we'll go on to actually tying the hook on the end, if you like. And the knot that I would suggest you use is the Albright knot. It's a very good knot. You can use it for shock leaders as well, and basically all it consists of is putting a fold in this case fluoro, mono, whatever you're going to use as the stiff part of your Combi. So just literally a fold, no knots at all in that part of it. Take a length of your braid, and basically the braid is fed through that fold. Take these off and I can see what I'm doing. Now the standard Albright knot is to whip that 5 times up and 5 times back. I found it does tie a neater, and for me a slightly stronger knot, if you can just allow that to loosely whip round a couple of times going up, just to hold everything together. Then trap it, that end, and obviously the stiff part of the link, and then whip 10 times back down towards the end of the fold. Right, now the critical part of this knot is that the tag end and the main part here must come out of that fold parallel, so that it must go back through and lay alongside the piece of line that fed through. They've, if you like, got to both come out of the same side of the loop. You can then pull it down, using both ends to pull it down initially. Moisten it at that point and just pull tight, and you've got a very neat round, if you like, barrel type knot that is very strong indeed. There's no reason to leave long tag ends. They won't pull through. You can cut them very short, unlike some knots where it's better to leave a long end so that it doesn't unwind or doesn't pull through. On this particular knot you can cut them short and you end up with no ends, and it's perfect for the job. Very good shock leader knot as well. Taking my curved shank hook now, because this is the actual hook link that I'm holding, we need to go in from the pointed side of the hook. And to get it very short, pull the knot, pull the knot right up against the eye of the hook, so there's no gap at all at this stage. Now I use the Snell knot, or my version of the Snell knot, which is basically just throwing a loop around the hook. This would, I suppose, be your hair, and then gently, again, trap that on by using one side of the loop that you've got to do the whipping. Once you've got that trapped, then it's just a matter of whipping back towards the eye. 5, 6, 7 turns, whatever. I generally tend to use 7 purely because it's a lucky number, but then it's everybody's lucky number, so I don't suppose it's any luckier for me than it is for anybody else. You will find this fiddly to start with, but believe me, it's a good knot and it's well worth persevering with. Once it's tied, just pull the bit that would be your hair tight, spin the knot so that your piece that comes out through the eye of the hook is running pretty straight up the shank of the hook. Give it one final tighten down, and then as you pull your hook link tight. As it tightens the knot, it just gives you that hinge. You can see that. Now, because I'm not going to use this as a hair as such, we can cut that piece off. I'll show you one of the main properties of this is that because we've got that link so short, if you hold the sort of stiff, the fluorocarbon bit, the hook hangs all the time. It hinges really well on that very short piece, and it will always nail. Most of the fish that I catch are nailed centre of the bottom lip and well and truly nailed. Now the next part of the rig, let's put that down for a second. We find another mini ring. It's purely a matter of dropping one of those onto the point of the hook without harpooning your hand. Hold that in place. And one of these little soft rubber beads, they've already got holes in them, feed the hole through the hook. Snap the holding piece off, and that's it basically. You can then position that wherever you like it, tie your hair on, and one combi rig pretty much completed.